Mike Tyson only bit one ear. I want to bite both.
Garcia rocks Haney early. Garcia said he was going to knock him out in the first round. Back. And down goes Devin Haney. As frequently as it needs to happen. Oh, he's got it rocked again. And down is Devin Haney. Oh! Will the third time be the...
Your winner by majority decision. King Ryan Garcia!
I don't give a fuck what people say about me. I walk through the fire and still held it down and still be fucking Devin Haney and still drink every day and still eat. And I do everything.
Ryan Garcia shocked a lot of people with his win over Devin Haney. It was a monumental upset that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Garcia wasn't given much of a chance against Haney, but he proved all the doubters wrong in spectacular fashion.
You guys hate on me because I'm pretty and shit. Man, that's fucked up.
Many are already calling Garcia versus Haney the leading candidate for 2024 Fight of the Year. It had everything: drama, controversy, huge momentum swings, and above all, action. From the opening bell, Garcia brought intense pressure and looked to overwhelm Haney with his aggression. He made Haney pay with a ripping left hook that rocked the champion. Haney, normally a cerebral boxer who picks his spots, was put on the back foot immediately. Garcia's physicality and power punching seemed to throw Haney off his game plan. However, he quickly recuperated and went on to outbox Garcia over the next 4 rounds. He even wobbled Garcia in round 3 with a right hand, while Garcia boxed off a back foot and looked for another counter left hook that would change the fight. Garcia found it in round 7 as he floored Haney, the first time he's been on the canvas in 32 pro fights. But Garcia didn't capitalize. Moments after the knockdown, Garcia crushed Haney with a right hand on the break and was deducted 1 point by the referee.
That was crazy. I never seen some shit like that. He was holding me and I just whack. I whacked him and then he was hurt and I was like, yes, done. And then, oh, point taken. I'm like, bro.
What should have been a 2-point advantage for Garcia was nullified. It didn't matter. Garcia floored Haney again in round 10, this time with a tremendous right hand, the same punch he used to wobble Haney in round 6. The following round, Garcia landed his money punch again, a counter left hook that rolled Haney's eyes as he was launched backward to the canvas. Somehow he sprung back up, his cheeks badly swollen, his mouth bloody. Garcia went for the finish, but Haney was able to stave him off and heard the final bell in one of the most surprising and dramatic fights in recent memory. When the scorecards were finally read after 12 rounds of warfare, Garcia's heavy artillery proved too much as he earned a hard-fought majority decision.
Even 112, 112, 114, 110. Robin Taylor, 115, 109. Your winner by majority decision, King Ryan!
Of course, Garcia's massive win over the previously unbeaten champion set off a firestorm of reaction across boxing and beyond. For many, Garcia's performance defied all pre-fight expectations. Jake Paul was very much in that camp, admitting, "Man, what an amazing fight and so unexpected. I seriously can't breathe. Both are warriors and savages and never underestimate anyone." The YouTuber turned boxer gave massive props to both men, lauding them as warriors for leaving it all in the ring in the type of fight that showcases why the sport is wild. On the other side, boxing royalty like Manny Pacquiao was much quicker to buy into Garcia's all-world performance. The Filipino legend wasted no time anointing the 25-year-old as a shocker to the world after his star-making performance against a great champion in Devin Haney. Veteran promoter Eddie Hearn also struggled to sum up the unforgettable night in Brooklyn. "Wow, this sport never ceases to amaze me. Hats off to Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Heart of a lion, what a fight." Hearn doffed his cap to both rising stars for giving us an unforgettable night, but singled out Garcia for proving he's an elite talent to be reckoned with. Perhaps no one was more shocked by Garcia's tour de force than former MMA fighter Dillon Danis. The outspoken Danis readily admitted, "You know what, at fair play, you earned my respect, Ryan Garcia." Not everyone was in a celebratory mood after Garcia's star-making performance, however. His biggest detractor may have been Gervonta Tank Davis, who revealed in seeing Devin Haney on the wrong end of the upset. "I'm gonna give you all the address to D's spot in Cherry Hill. Need you all to send mad pics of big posters to his crib of Dion in the air." Pause. Davis mocked it in poor taste. The unbeaten lightweight challenger then took his antics even further by taunting Haney's outspoken father. "Forget Devin. Where Bill at? Where Dad at?" Davis's heated reaction highlighted the bitter rivalry between him and Haney, stemming from their failure to secure a lucrative showdown in the past. Clearly, Tank was really happy watching his foe suffer such a devastating loss. Oscar De La Hoya was singing a much different tune. The legendary promoter and former champion was quick to get in front of the Garcia hype train, gushing, "The King does it again." De La Hoya's over-the-top praise was a stark contrast from just days prior, when he'd expressed concerns about Garcia's erratic pre-fight antics and mindset.
I think his will, his will to win. Haney is no joke. I saw Haney throwing bombs. I've never seen Haney throw bombs in my life.
But in the immediate aftermath of the 25-year-old's career-defining win over Haney, Golden Boy was all in on his latest protege, The Flash. The respect, hyperbole, and in some cases vitriol came pouring in from all angles. For Garcia, it was the latest and greatest entry onto the biggest stage, while Haney was left picking up the pieces, licking his wounds, and pondering what went so wrong in his first career defeat. Not everyone was ready to celebrate, though. Some respected voices felt the referee behavior crossed the line. Veteran analyst Paulie Malignaggi was one of those critical of the referee's antics, stating,
3 knockdowns. I felt Harvey Dog actually did Devin Haney a lot of favors in round 7. That was borderline. I was starting to wonder if Bill Haney gave Harvey Dog some money in round 7. I was borderline, and I like Harvey Dog as a referee, but round 7 was kind of critical there. He took away a point from Ryan. He was calling for breaks in between that after that knockdown, but wasn't actually physically breaking them, so he's allowing Devin to hold for like another 10 seconds while Ryan's trying to go for the finish.
The controversial point deduction drew the ire of none other than Jorge Masvidal. The popular MMA star, known for his outspoken personality, questioned Brown's motives entirely. He joked, "This ref must have abetted." To the ultra-intense Masvidal, Garcia's antics were simply part of the drama and genuine animosity between the two fierce rivals. The former street fighter felt the referee overstepped by trying to rein in that raw emotion during such an important contest. While the sideshow controversies raged on, cooler heads tried to pivot back to the boxing implications. Respected former champion Jamal Herring offered a balanced take, giving Garcia all respect for an amazing performance. Of course, when it comes to Ryan Garcia, his outspoken peers typically skip the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. That was the approach of Shakur Stevenson, who wasted no time calling out the new star. Much respect to Ryan Garcia. "I'm keeping my word and giving you your respect. Now keep your word and let's make it happen, my guy." Beautiful performance. The unbeaten Stevenson's challenge solidified what was already apparent. With Garcia's star power now amplified following the Haney win, all roads lead to massive fights against fellow rising talents and brash personalities like himself. Shakur made it clear he's ready and willing for a lucrative showdown with a new darling of the sport in Garcia. It would pit two elite talents and major personalities against each other. Back to his infamous win, the always brash and outspoken Garcia had plenty to say in his smash mouth celebration after the career best win.
It was a statement to show you guys can't really fuck with me.
That's right.
I do whatever I want. Absolutely.
He did.
Garcia's comments obviously won't sit well with many, but love him or hate him, he's now undeniably a massive star. Credit to the ultra-composed Haney for politely asking for a rematch after a heartbreaking loss.
Of course, I thought it was a close fight still. I would love to rematch. I gave him a shot. It's only right he give me a shot back.
You gotta respect Haney keeping his head held high despite taking severe physical and emotional damage. The deposed champion vowed to regroup and left the door open to a blockbuster rematch. So where did the two fighters go from the unforgettable war that was Garcia versus Haney? Here are some potential routes for both rising stars. Ryan Garcia, a rematch with Haney for the undisputed 140-pound titles if he can make weight. Fights with fellow rising stars like Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis. Taking some high-profile exhibition influencer bouts to up his brand. The 25-year-old is in the prime of his career with a ton of options. For Devin Haney, an immediate rematch with Garcia to try and avenge his first pro loss. Rematches against other top lightweights like Gervonta Davis or Rolly Romero. Taking a tune-up fight or two to regroup before pursuing the biggest fights. At just 25 years old, Haney is still young with a bright future ahead. No matter what each man's next move is, their epic showdown is sure to have lasting impact. It announced Garcia as boxing's newest mainstream superstar and proved Haney's championship talent despite the heartbreaking loss. Of course, the natural demand after such a monumental fight is for Garcia and Haney to run it back. Both seemed open to the possibility after catching their breath. With so much unfinished business and bad blood, it seems inevitable the two young stars will meet again with undisputed supremacy on the line.
Look, there it is right there. Haney. And here we go. It's a chest match between two. Set that punch out. The thing about that's the money.
Whenever the date gets made, you can be sure it will be another massive event. However, some prominent voices express concerns about Garcia versus Haney 2 actually coming to fruition. Despite the roadblocks, most insiders believe the lucrative rematch is simply too big to not make eventually. It would be one of the most highly anticipated non-heavyweight fights in years. Whether you were a longtime believer in Ryan Garcia's talents or a doubter, his thrilling win over Devin Haney was truly a statement performance. In one night, he solidified his status as boxing's newest mainstream superstar, proved he can not only talk the big talk but walk the walk against elite opposition, provided a signature action-packed event that rejuvenated interest in the non-heavyweight divisions, set himself up for potential hugely lucrative matchups down the line. While the pre-fight antics and weight miss put a bit of a damper on the proceedings, Garcia ultimately backed it all up with a sensational in-ring display of skill, grit, and determination. The performance was a reminder that the sweet science still has the ability to surprise and captivate fans. So while he may have ruffled many feathers with his over-the-top persona, Garcia's epic battle with Haney was a massive net positive for boxing. It created new fans, generated buzz, and kicked off what should be an entertaining new era for the young star. No matter what happens next, April 2024 will forever be remembered as the night The Flash achieved his breakthrough.